you mind letting us know, like, what are a few tips?
Yeah.
That you've learned along the way that you teach maybe on your podcast?
Oh gosh. Okay. So many. So there's some that I have definitely learned, and then there's some that I leverage expert guests, and Adam, I would love to have you on the show as well. But yeah, so basically things that I've learned, I've actually distilled into, because my brain works in structures and frameworks. So I was like, okay, how do I make this consumable? And it's through what I call the traffic pyramid. And basically the traffic pyramid for me has 4 tiers. And this is relevant for if you're growing a podcast, if you're growing a business, because for me, it was really, I learned it through growing businesses. And then I was like, when I launched my podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually like growing a business. I need to apply the same strategies. And so in the traffic pyramid, there's 4 tiers to it. There's what I call passive organic marketing, which is all of your content creation, the things that we put out there, whether it's on social media, whether it's the podcast as well, whether it's blog posts or emails, the things that we're doing, right? And then the tier above that is what I call active organic marketing, because I think a lot of times, and I am so guilty of this, is we put things out there and then we sit back and we're like, oh yes, good job, pat ourselves on the shoulders, like job done. We put our content out there and that's it. And that's
give me those two again. And I'm gonna be taking better notes than I have been. I've got the traffic pyramid, and like the bottom level is content.
Passive organic marketing.
Passive.
Marketing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so passive,
yes.
Organic.
Yeah.
And then the second tier was active
organic marketing. Yeah.
Organic.
And this is really where you're making that content that you're creating work for you. So that's, we talk about optimization a lot. We talk about, whether you need to actually be active in finding your ideal audience and actually reaching out to them, because people need to know that you exist, not in a spammy way, of course. There's a way to do it that's a little bit more authentic, but those are just some examples. And then the one that I actually personally love and I have really, really leaned into, which I'm really excited to talk to you about even more, potentially, Adam, is leveraging other people's audiences. And it's not in the way
that's number 2. That's the second
3.
to the top.
Oh, yeah, second to the top. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm going backwards, but that's okay. Leveraging audience. Okay.
Leveraging other people's audiences. And then the top is paid ads, which honestly, for a podcast, I haven't really leaned into as much. I'm actually really good friends with Mike Whiston from Mopod. And he's sort of starting to get me into exploring that space for my podcast. But, I haven't really seen it. And in speaking to other people as well, it hasn't been a huge contributor to growth. So I would definitely, for podcast, focus on the bottom 3 tiers.